on a roll. In 10,
Like this.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of A Word with Horse, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Story.
It's A Tati.
And it's MJM Kid.
And we have a guest.
We got a guest.
We are here with It's RA.
It's R.A.
Thank you. You did that. Why was I going to say you did that so well? Like, that's not you doing it. That's what I was trying to create, but I was like, don't do it. We are here with RA, the Ryan Alexander. We are in this guy's presence right now.
What's
I can't
up?
believe it's been so long, but you're here.
Yeah, I'm
Hi.
in y'all presence. Hold on. Like,
I
oh,
know.
Thank you.
Talk about I know, but it's just
I was like, I know.
we were just talking about how long we've known each other and how many times our paths have crossed, whether it was working together in some way or another. So this is just a very, very long overdue, and we're
Yeah.
super happy to have you.
Definitely.
Before we get into today's episode, where is it?
Yep, right there.
Here?
Yeah.
So it's like in front of his face?
No, it's only you in the
Oh, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm so,
Yeah.
got it. If you, what do they do? Click it? No.
Yeah. No, take a picture.
If you take a picture of this QR code,
Yes.
I'm so silly. I just don't get it. I'm like,
Yeah,
what do they do?
What do they do with it?
Take a picture of this QR code, go to gamematch.com, make sure that you are subscribed, and also click around to see all of the things that we have and that we do there. Thank you so much for doing so. Leave us ratings and reviews. It's super important. We really appreciate it.
We do.
Let's break some ice before we check in.
Please.
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker.
We love a good icebreaker.
I genuinely do. I was
I'm
one of those
doing
people.
that.
You know when people be like, oh, I hate that when you like have your first day of class in college or like at a job. Because some people really hate that. But I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to know each
I
other.
always wanted it to be like a really creative
Doing the
question.
icebreaker?
Yeah, I love that. It's
Those
like,
are
No, I
fun.
it's
love
like
that.
go in a
Actually
circle,
fun.
like say your name, say where you're from, and tell us like a random da da da.
I'm down
Oh,
for
I hate the
anything that's
random.
not work. So,
Oh, true.
so
Beats
anytime, yeah, that's literally how I look
Beats
at
working.
it. Like, we gonna play these games all day? Cool. Like, I'm
Yeah.
all for it. So,
just like to
what irrational fear do you have?
What irrational?
Irrational. Irrational. Irrational.
That's a good one.
I don't know if it's irrational or not, but it could be. The only thing I can think of is that I'm afraid of. I've told y'all this before. Like, I'm afraid that I'll die and still be completely conscious, but like
Oh.
trapped,
Yeah,
like
I
in
remember
my
saying
body.
that a
I
couple
mean, I
times.
guess I'm afraid of comatose. I guess that's what that
Is that what
is.
it's called?
Like being in a coma, but like forever.
Oh,
Like for all eternity. Like that is, like I'm afraid that that's what death is.
got it.
And I guess in some ways that's kind of irrational.
I mean, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
No one can tell us.
But that's why I'm going to get cremated, because you're not going to trap me in this body.
Yeah. I agree. I'm getting cremated as
There's
well.
no questions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try me in this body.
I guess one of my most irrational fears would probably be, and I guess, again, it's not as irrational because,
Yeah.
you know, it's possible, but then it's not possible. Like, it's just when I'm cooking, like cutting, you know, like all my veggies and stuff, like, I don't want to cut my thumb off, you know?
Yeah.
Off.
Like, that's dramatic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, of course
But
I'm
it
not
can
gonna cut
happen.
my thumb
But you
off.
Do
think
you
about it
have
constantly.
knives that good? Do you think you
Yeah,
can?
yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's
we got
fucking
the
great.
knife sharpeners and everything,
I
and you
love
you're
that.
supposed to
You
like
have to
cut
sh-
with sharp knives.
Yeah, you're
You are.
supposed to. You're
You get hurt
supposed
with
to.
the
Make
dull ones,
life
for real.
a
That's
lot
true.
easier when
Yeah.
a knife is sharp.
I need better knives, is the moral of that
I
story.
definitely cut
Mm,
myself.
sure.
It's worth the
chopping up some
investment.
things.
Absolutely. I agree. Tots?
Mine's would probably be. I personally don't think it's irrational, but everybody around me often does. I have a huge phobia of birds.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so afraid of them. We went when I was just in Cancun. One of the like restaurants was like outside, so like so cute, overlooking the water, so fun, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Birds
the vibe.
everywhere. They kept flying in, and like I'm afraid. So I'm losing my breath. I'm
Yeah.
catching myself not breathing at times. Like I'm just sitting there like this because
Like the
I'm
anxiety
nervous.
of it all. like-
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so afraid. And then they were like walking, so then I'm terrified one's gonna touch my foot. Like I was terrified. And
Really?
then everybody be like, "It's a bird."
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's not like it's an ostrich.
That's
I'm
terrifying.
scared of those too.
They're too big. They're too big.
They'll fight
It's a
you.
big bird.
Yeah, they would.
What about you, McGee?
What about me? It probably was something roller coaster related. I don't want to come out of the dam. I don't want anything to
Oh, like
Yeah.
so I just avoid
but
them
you,
all.
I was about to say, but you don't get on them.
No,
I don't
It's
either.
just for that reason.
Yeah, I don't get on roller coasters at all.
Man-made machines throwing my body around.
Yeah, you want me
Probably
to trust
not.
a man?
Yeah,
High
like-
speeds.
No.
yeah, high speeds, dips. I don't
This
need
bar
that.
right
Yeah,
here.
just a bar.
And it's-
I rode the Superman one time.
Is that the one where you're
And
like this?
Yeah.
Flat.
Woo.
And
Yeah, no thanks.
I was like,
This is dumb.
this is terror. Like
It
the
makes no
ride
sense.
itself wasn't what was so terrifying. It was that usually, you know, on rides they have the thing that goes over you, but there's also a belt.
A belt,
A
yeah.
belt is like the backup for if the man-made machine breaks apart.
Exactly.
The Superman where you're flying, nothing else.
Yeah, that's
Only the
terrifying. That's
plastic that
terrifying.
comes down over you.
And then you call
There's
it
no
plastic.
belt. There's
Yeah,
no
that's
belt.
never
Well,
gonna
that
hurt.
part is plastic. The little hard part, that do be plastic.
That's awful.
There's
Like,
nothing I need to be a
Nothing. There's
part
no
of.
belt. There's no harness. There's no anything. So you just got mugs suspended in the air like this with plastic.
For fun.
Yeah.
Count me out.
No, yeah.
I do understand that one.
Woo! Yeah, no, that's not irrational to me. That's
Okay,
why
great.
I simply don't get on rides. I got stuck on
Yeah.
a ride once.
I haven't been
yeah,
on a
no.
ride. I've only been on a roller coaster
Yes.
once. And it was that time. I went to Six Flags and I told myself, like, okay, I'm going to ride some roller coasters today. I was like
Today.
20.
That's never the plan. People
And
like
that's
to go
the
to Six
only
Flags.
time.
I'm here to hold the coat.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I'll just be waiting for y'all.
I'm gonna hold
Yeah,
y'all. I'm
when
gonna, yeah.
the time before that when I had went, me and Michael walked around and
a
just
great
smiled
time.
with everybody.
Had a great
Like we
time.
sat
Yeah,
down,
I'm eating.
we had funnel cakes.
Sure
like,
did. It's a great time.
It's still
I
a
don't
good
have to get
time.
on lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like a good road trip, like just like a good,
Yeah.
like a nice quick trip with a group of friends to Six Flags.
Let's
like
go. We should go.
I'm down. I'm just not getting on anything.
Yeah.
what we will not do as a group is all go to
All
Six
go
Flags
and
and
not
none of
do
us
it.
ride the rides.
No,
now, that's
no,
what
no,
I
no,
will
no.
not stand for.
We have to go with at least people,
Yeah,
2 or 3
somebody
people
has
who's
to be
gonna,
down.
Yeah, make
for
it
the
worth
rides.
it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's more so those like those small carnival rides that are way
Oh,
more
yeah.
terrifying.
That's the one that I got
Like
stuck
the traveling.
yeah,
Yeah.
ones.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Like,
they not built
those
right.
don't
Yeah.
never seem.
They'd be like,
safe.
just give us 2 hours and we'll have a roller coaster for you. like,
No,
no
thank you.
way.
like
Yeah.
No,
don't
thank
worry.
you.
I got
We
stuck on a
okay.
ride at the Masson Fest in 6th grade, and I haven't been on any ride of any
You got
sort.
stuck on it. What happened? Like the ride stopped.
It
Is
just
it one of-
stopped. We
was
were
it
just
one of
up in
those?
the air.
Ooh,
I
like
can't
the
even-
zipper thing where you're in the cage.
No. Oh my god. That probably would have been better to not be out in the open air, just in the fucking air. I don't remember what ride it was, but we were like up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and from that moment on, I was like, no rides ever again.
How long
I don't
was
care.
y'all
I've
up
never
there?
rode a Ferris.
Couldn't tell you. Don't even, like, my brain,
Said time stopped.
I don't even know. And my brain blocked out so many details because that was truly terrifying. It was me and Takia. It was awful.
Thanks, Akia.
Hey, Takia.
Hey, Key.
Hey, Takia. Okay, let's check in.
Yeah.
All right. You'll go last.
Okay.
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 That's what we all knew.
Right. I don't know why I called
She has
that
to
out.
announce it.
I meant to change my hair before this, and I'm
I
so
didn't.
pissed.
It's all right.
Just take it down.
Annoying.
Just take it down right now.
No, because it's too complicated. Anyway, McGee,
It's
would
too
you?
Sure.
It
I'll
is because this boho stuff, and I got convinced to get the boho stuff.
I love the boho stuff.
It's so tangled. I hate it.
Oh, it gets tangled. Have you been wearing the bonnet?
Every day.
Oh,
I don't get it.
you should probably do you have mousse?
I don't have mousse. I haven't been
You
moussing
should
yet.
probably get some of that. That'll help with the frizz.
Has nothing to do with why we're here. I'm
checking
so
in.
sorry, everybody.
No, it's okay.
We're
just
here
learned
for all the
something new right
things.
now.
McGee.
I'm not learning anything.
He loves bonnets.
Not even close. Talking about not even close.
I would love to see what
Why?
I don't know.
In a bonnet?
I don't know. I think it would be
What
something
activities
you.
am I doing? Walking around doing what?
Like next time we go on vacation and we stay in like the same house.
Yes.
I just want
You
to
want
see
him
it.
in a bonnet?
Just want
People love putting
Like
their
a
babies
dark-
in bonnets with no hair.
like a royal blue one.
Whoa.
I don't know why. That's
not a whoa.
Okay.
It's not his gang
That
colors.
took it over the top for you.
Um,
Whoa, royal blue.
That's not his gang colors.
I've been into my earth tones lately, so. Let me see. How am I feeling physically? Now I'm kind of warm as I put this hoodie on. My legs are cold, so it's hot, cold.
Yeah,
That's
you like
what's
that?
happening physically. Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, I'd be liking that sometimes.
Yeah. Emotionally, I'm feeling. I'm solid. I've just been solid all around, honestly.
Yeah, you have.
I'm just ready to drink. It's
That's
coming
all.
soon. Yeah, it's time to drink again.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. My attention is on this cruise that's coming up. I'm excited to celebrate Tyrone's graduation and just go to Greece, you know?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Happy grad, Tyrone. We're so
Happy
proud
grad.
of
I'll
you.
get to celebrate you next week, so that'll be fun. Spiritually, I'm blessed.
Physically,
Yeah.
my feet are now more cold than they were when we last talked about it.
Why?
I'm not sure, actually. I think that because of how I'm sitting, no blood is flowing to this foot, so it feels way colder.
Oh, only that one.
True. I just noticed that after yes. Emotionally, I am feeling joy and fatigue.
Yeah.
My attention is currently on. I need to find a reason to expose my breasts, like like an event, like a party
Yeah.
where I can wear something where I would have some nipple exposure. I think I'm missing that in my life.
Right.
It's something that I used to indulge in a lot. You all know,
Mm?
and I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, I think this summer is definitely the time.
I
for
think
that.
this is going to be that kind of summer.
My nipples will be out this summer too.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Spiritually, I'm feeling, I think same. I still feel pretty, I feel grounded in this oneness,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Tots.
Physically, I am cold. My feet are cold, but now also my arms.
Okay, good idea.
Why didn't you cover them this
Okay,
time?
Well, they were covered last time. I uncovered them.
I know. I said
I
why
didn't
you-
have another long sleeve.
Just,
See?
I'm so okay.
No, okay.
Okay, got it.
And emotionally, I am feeling peace. My attention is now on my daughter's birthday.
Period.
right.
And also the end of the school year.
That's
Because
true.
at this point, it's really only like a month left.
I can't believe Cassidy's been on Earth this long.
Yeah.
Right?
I
She's been
can't believe it.
Earthside for
Yeah,
a long time.
she's a
Like
bush.
officially a long time now.
Yeah, she's going to be 8.
It's not like a few years anymore.
8 years old.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
My goddaughter in real life is about
Literally
to drive because
was-
she turns 16.
I did not think you were about to say
And-
16.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Oh my
right?
Yeah,
Gosh.
she's getting ready to drive for real, and that's absurd.
Yeah.
That's truly
So
absurd.
thought of that.
Her friends have cars
That's crazy.
and licenses. That's so weird
Crazy
to me.
times.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Where are we at in
live
life?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, so you just kept growing and I stayed the same.
That's what happened.
You're like, how did you
Right.
keep evolving? And I'm just same old G. Spiritually, I feel focused.
Oh, focus
Big
spiritually.
purr. Big purr.
That's great news.
Yes.
All right.
Your turn.
So, okay, I think I got it.
Yeah,
Don't even
I was
tell me.
gonna
Okay.
say I don't want to insult you by feeding it to you if you don't need to be
I
fed.
think
Feeding
I
it to
got
you with
this.
a
I was paying attention the whole time.
Perfect.
So, physically,
Period.
I feel a little sore right now.
Yes,
That's
Just,
great.
that is good.
you know, trying to stick to it, keep pushing myself, and
Exactly.
this is a good sword.
You're
you know,
doing
it's
great.
like doing something.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally.
Yes.
Emotionally, I'm elated right now. Like,
Oh, wow.
That.
We've
That's a
never
new
heard
one
that
for us.
word.
And yeah, we
Yeah, I
like,
was like, that's a
yeah.
No one's ever given
We should
that
do
word.
we should do like a remember on Pee Wee's Playhouse when they would have like the word of the day and if you said it like things would be
Pop
like
up. Yeah, right.
it'd be like new word, new
Yeah,
word.
that's a good idea.
That
It's so
Pee-wee's
cute.
Playhouse.
You didn't like Pee Wee's Playhouse?
No, I was afraid of it.
No, I was
There
terrified.
was some creepy moments.
Yeah, I was really
Very
afraid of
creepy.
him.
Very borderline.
I didn't
like,
watch
Yeah.
it.
Watch
What
it.
is this
Talk
show
about I
going
do.
for? Like,
Yeah.
What was it about? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
scary.
That,
Yeah, that is
Have some
terrifying. Now that you brought that back up.
that's so uncomfortable for children. Like, I would have never
Nobody
let
mocked
my
that
child
either.
watch
Right?
something like that.
Yeah,
Imagine him in a normal setting like that.
No.
Yeah.
Talk
Oh.
about how I don't want to.
That
I
would be
wanna-
scary. But then if he was in a normal setting like that, then I would probably start feeling like bad for him or feeling like, because I feel like
Okay.
everybody would be
Okay.
like
Getting terrible.
not liking him, and then I would be like, no, he's just different, guys. Like, it's okay.
He's just having a good time. I'm sorry. Right in the middle of your check-in.
It's cool. That was
Okay.
great. That was great. I mean, all of that for moments like this. You
Yes.
know, like,
Mhm.
I've been
Yes.
having a lot of those moments where I've been running into old friends and doing a lot of shows and, you know, just a lot of good moments that are happening in my life, which have
love
really
that.
kind of balanced everything out. So I'm very satisfied with that. And so we did physical, we did emotional. My attention right now
You're killing
is
it.
on 3 for 3. Hold on. 3 for 4. Okay, here we go. So my attention is on, right now my attention is on completing 500 beats this month.
Woo.
Yes.
I love that.
It's crazy, you know, because I'm starting at 0, you know, like I'm not even
love that.
counting before
Yeah.
April. Like I'm
Yeah.
I need 500, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now I'm probably at like 11 or 12 right
Okay.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we got time. You know, we got a lot of time.
You
I'm
do.
trying to lock in and yeah, that's what my attention is on.
I love that. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, statistically, probability wise, you know, like I got to get some hits out of that, you know.
Absolutely.
Just got to.
I mean, and we'll talk about it. I was about to say, please,
Yes.
this guy.
And spiritually, I am locked in, you know, because, you know, I've had moments where it's been tested, you know, and, you know, I stand 10 toes down on it and I'm still good and I'm still here and I'm still, you know, doing my thing. So.
Right. You're doing great.
I love that. I love that. So yes, so if anyone listening or watching lives under a rock, you know what? I want to stop saying that.
Why?
Because-
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I know, but I think also,
Sometimes they do.
but I think it also assumes like a limitation to our scope.
Oh,
like the people that are listening to us or watching us are obviously the same people who would know our guests, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
no, if you're in Timbuktu right now, maybe you haven't heard of RA. And I welcome that. I want
Yeah.
to expansion, right? So I want
Okay,
to watch
I get
my
you.
language.
I follow.
In addition to that too,
Yes.
sometimes the algorithm just don't be algorithm.
The algorithm,
That is a fact.
Al Gore's rhythm, very seldomly does it really cater to us as
Yeah,
viewers.
yeah,
Agreed.
exactly.
Agreed. So, for those people who are just being introduced to you through this platform, like, give them the elevator pitch. Like, who are you?
All right, you know, it's RA, like we said earlier.
Yes.
That's the short version. I have a lot of syllables in my name, so I try to make it easy. I'm a producer, artist, musician, play the piano and the drums, all for over 16, 17 years. And, you know, I'm still getting better. I'm still practicing and I'm still, you know, focused on, you know, getting to that top level. But with that, you know, I'm a Recording Academy member. I get to vote for the Grammys, you know, so that's
amazing.
an honor just to have my voice, a person of color, you know, in that pool is
We need
Very
it. It's about
important.
we need it.
Very important.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
So any qualms I have, I'll talk about it. Yeah, now I know.
Hit me up, be like, why didn't Beyonce get the, you know?
Look,
I was
we
like,
can
you
talk
know,
about it.
I may not have all the answers, but we can talk about it. You know?
Like, I did my
I
best.
tried.
Right. I did my best.
I love that.
Anything else about me? Yeah, I got a couple projects out, you know, EP, an album, available on all streaming platforms. So just Ryan Alexander 222. That's my angel number. And yeah, that's me.
what's up.
I love that. So, first of all, we were talking vaguely just about how long we've known each other and all of the paths in which like have crossed and intersected. But I met RA around the same time I became friends with y'all,
Oh, really?
which
Really?
is so crazy.
Wow.
It was in that college realm.
Yeah, we met a lot of people at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
Next,
and I
you
mean,
know,
what a time and what a place, right?
Yeah,
like what a
seriously.
place to have those Like college years, I'm not like a big like, oh, college is so important. But like those years and what you do with those years, I think is pivotal. Like when you're between those ages of like 18, 22, 24, who you're around, what you expose yourself to. And I got exposed to some extremely creative people, RA being one of them. And has obviously elevated and grown, and I've had the pleasure of being on stage with you a couple of times. And yeah, like what would you define as the moment that you're in now? Because you've had so many eras already, and we're so young. We're so young.
Yeah.
It's crazy to know that you've been doing something for 16 or 17 years.
Yeah.
But how would you define this era right now? Where do you think you are?
I mean, honestly, I look at this era, like, you know, when I started learning piano and started writing music, I remember writing a goals list, and, you know, getting a Grammy was on that list, you know. And then it was just kind of like, you know, being here now, it's like, oh my God, this is actually possible and attainable.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I'm like,
The
I
alignment
got
that you're in.
the recipe now. Like, oh crap, this is crazy. But it's also an awesome feeling, you know, because, you know, you commit to something, and then you have these moments during that journey where you're like, man, I'm investing a lot of money into this. I'm putting a lot of time. I'm missing time with my family and friends. I'm always doing something, always busy.
Yeah.
And, you know, is it all worth it? You have these questions like during that, you know, journey. And I mean, I've had some dark moments in this.
Absolutely.
And, you know, to be able to say, you know, I'm a part of the Grammys, and, you know, I get to go now and be in the room with all these people, it's like, wow, this is what you do it for. This is what that sacrifice is
Those
for.
moments,
And
yes.
and not to say like I've made it either, you know, like
course, of
it's
course.
still many more moments to go on in this this journey. And really, it just showed me like how much of a marathon it is. You know, it's not a fast thing. It's not something that I even want fast, because as fast as you get it, is as fast as it go.
Yeah.
So I want to, you know, this journey has been building the longevity of it, you know, really making genuine connections like with you and all the people we met in college.
Yes.
And, you know, I didn't necessarily graduate college, you know, but
Me
I
neither.
looked at, you know, when I got into the class of 2021 recording academy, I'm like, dang, this my graduation right here. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is, okay, cool. I'll take this. This is cool.
I love that. I love what you said too about it not being a marathon, because I think I had a conversation with my dad just today actually. I said something about gratitude or something, and he was like, "Oh, I need to do that more," and I'm just like, it's practice. Like, I think that we're always like trying to like reach a place of like, oh, I'm in this place, I have this thing, I am this person now. But it's like we're only practicing like every single day, and everything is an opportunity for us to practice being the person that we want to be. So I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, go ahead.
What do you feel like you've measured your success on overall this time? Because like you said, you've been doing this for like 16 years. So, you know, by today's standards, once you've been doing something for 5 years, you're an OG. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Truly.
so
Truly.
exactly.
what have you measured like your success by to keep you focused, to keep you going, to keep you on the marathon, and to keep you gracious throughout the process?
One, that's a great question, because, you know, everyone defines success differently. And I think that sometimes when we define the success, you know, it's like we have to do what they're doing, or we have to get to like the level that they're at. But we really don't know everything that went into that, you know, to
Right.
get to that point. So for me, I measure my success like internally, you know, like, okay, Ryan, 5 years ago, this is what you were doing, and this is what you were trying to do. Where are you at now?
Right.
And, you know, really, I operated like off of 5-year goals, you know, and 2-year goals, and short goals, and long-term goals. And that's how I measure the success. Like, how many checkpoints have I made on my goal list? And if I, you know, aced it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
wow,
like-
I'm successful, you know?
Success.
Period.
Here it is.
Period. Yeah.
So that's how I try to
That's
do
a
it.
great habit to have, or a great rule of thumb to do, is to keep yourself going by always setting a goal. Because I don't think that, especially a written out goal,
Word.
I don't
Which
think
is pivotal.
I literally always write it out and
Me
say,
neither.
this is my goal for the next, you know, 2 years, or this is where
Yeah.
I want to be in the next 5 years. That's definitely a good thing to practice.
I'm honestly always afraid of that.
Yeah,
I think
that too.
We talked
Holding
about
myself
Yeah.
accountable.
Yeah.
It's way easier to be like, well, I never.
Oh, it's a thing that maybe.
Yeah, like I never set it in stone.
Yeah.
I never said I'm doing this. I was just letting y'all know I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So.
We talked a
think
lot
with
about that. Yeah,
What?
go ahead.
No, I think with that, like you said, setting in stone, it's very important to write it.
Yes.
Because it's, like how, like the magic is like, oh,
Yeah.
if I cast a spell on you. And then
Yeah.
it's really some truth to that because when you write
Truly.
it, you're literally spelling it,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
And by doing that, you're making it real. You're making
Yes.
that like, okay, it's in the world now. It's not just in my head anymore. Like,
Yeah.
You made it a physical
That's
thing
what's
to see.
always scared me though. And we talked about that on the
did.
episode with Morgan and Aja,
Yep.
where I was saying like, if I declare something, then it's like and that's the thing. I told them last week that my goal right now is to be more optimistic and to put myself more in an optimistic position in my personality. Like be a person who sees the best and expects the best. Because lately I've just been like full of fear. And that's one of those things. Like I said that I don't declare things because I think of it as, oh, in the event that I don't get it, that makes it worse. Because I like said it was something that I want. But if it's not, if I'm just walking around like, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, then if it doesn't, then it doesn't hurt that bad. But one
Yeah.
thing that I've learned over the years is that's not true.
Yeah, exactly.
Like sometimes you don't say it out loud, but you still, that doesn't change the fact that that's something that you wanted or something that you expected. And it's like, if you see it that way, and it's not about pain, it's about feeling. And it's like feelings come in all types of different colors and arrays, and it's like one day that feeling might be something like elated, it might be that, and other times it might be crushed and disappointed, but it's all part of the same progress and the same journey. So it's like don't keep yourself stagnant by not declaring the things that you want.
Declare
I
that
love
shit.
that. I love that. I have to do that. I'm like,
Me too. I gotta.
it's like I
rewrite
keep
down my
saying
goals.
that, yeah, but I'm like, okay, you have to do that.
Gotta
You
write
have
them
to.
goals
And I
down.
feel like when you were talking, I was listening. Like I feel like that's something that I learned with relationships, but I didn't apply those same rules to just my life and like my
Yes.
goals. It was like as time went on, I definitely learned like. We talked about our cool girl stuff. Like,
Exactly.
just because I'm not asking for something doesn't mean I don't want it or didn't mean that I didn't
Right.
expect you to do it. I just didn't
Right.
say anything. And then who did that help? Like, who did that make happy?
Who did that
you
help?
know, and it's like I learned that in that spectrum. Like, I
Yes.
learned how to speak up and demand things that I needed, like, in that spectrum. But I definitely am still working on doing
Same.
it, with just myself.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. So your goals have shifted. Where have your goals shifted now? What are you seeing for yourself now when it comes to 2 years and 5 years from now?
Oh, yeah. I definitely completed those 5 years. And,
Period.
I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years. I got to
Yeah.
make another 5-year
Yeah,
plan.
yeah.
And, some of the things that are on there are obviously dropping more albums. I think I did get to drop 2 projects, which was like obviously on a goal list, but I need more, more
Yes.
productivity. So,
Okay.
just the focus now is like, okay, how can I get more music out? What do I need to learn on my end that can like make the process a little faster and still be quality? It's not
Right.
necessarily about the quantity, but it's like
Yeah.
I want to get good work out there. So getting some more music out there. I want to start producing for artists because I'm a producer first,
Truly,
I think that's
yeah.
why I'm doing this 500 beats thing because I can do it. I literally believe like
Right.
I can sit down and knock out 500.
Yeah.
And with that 500, I do plan to like reach out to different artists and I'm not necessarily trying to like do full albums, but I think that me fulfilling my purpose here on this earth would mean, producing for artists and getting hits out there, not just for myself, but
Yeah.
for the people around me and the people I've collaborated with. So
Absolutely.
It's so interesting hearing you say words like being more productive and even that, like working with other artists, because like
Right.
I've never seen you
not doing that.
and even that, like I think of you, and another person that comes to mind when I think about this is Ken. Shout out to Kenneth Leffridge. Like y'all are like focal points of so many artists, like literally, like you're at the center at so many different types of artists, their shows, their production. Like I've seen you work with so many different people and not just work with people, but create the space where it's like, oh, these drummers are coming, these guitar players, these singers, these vocalists, and it's like it's so interesting to be on the outside and hear somebody think of themselves as like needing to be more productive. And so what does productivity look like to you?
I mean, for me, not everything that I have been doing has been very productive.
Of course.
Like we got the series hashtag covers of Ryan Alexander. Please go check that out.
Yes.
That
Insert,
was
let's talk about insert clips.
right. No, seriously.
Yeah.
That was truly like a social experiment for me because, you know, I play piano. A lot of people reach out to me to play with them on their gigs.
Yeah.
And if I'm available, I'll do it. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
Some people really have come up to me like, I thought you were like a superstar. You just don't play for me. I'm like, no, just call me. Like,
Yeah.
you got my number. Just reach out to me. And if
Yeah.
I'm available, I'm going to go and do it. You know, that's I like doing stuff like that because it makes me a better musician. You know, I get to
Word.
learn more music.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that started off like that. Like, I'm playing with all these artists. Let's like make a video series, and you know, let me see how many people I can get in here. You know,
So
And,
many.
That was great.
watching that, you know, just flourish. You know, like the views, the comments, people's family. You know, getting involved with it, and they're like sharing it all crazy. I'm like, wow, I never really saw it impacting. You know, just Chicago like
The
that.
wide reach.
So
Yeah.
now I'm more so like, how can I capitalize off of that?
Word.
You know,
Word.
What's
and
next?
I look at it more so like that's like the introductory to, you know, what we can, you know, do like as a artist and musician producer. So if we can get, you know, 2,000 views off of this cover video of a song that's not even our song, like imagine
Absolutely.
we sit down for 4 or 5 hours, which is the same amount of time it takes to do the cover.
Honestly, I was about to say, it wasn't like a quick thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole like
The
process. but
preparation and yeah.
I just feel like we dropped some songs that has more impact and lasting value in comparison to the cover. And
For sure.
no shade to the cover.
Of
like,
course.
we love a good cover. Like, come on. But I think that just in a legacy space, you know, like that's what I
that makes
want to
sense.
be a part of my legacy. So
I love that.
Do you now, or have you ever had an artist that you looked at as like, before I die, like I need to work with this person? Like you hear so much about artists throughout their journey where they'll be like, I walked around with T-shirts on that said, make a beat for Jay-Z or die. Or like, you know, where that was like a part of, you know, their journey. That was like their main thing that they always, or something that like kept them going. Do you have an artist like that?
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely got a couple, you know, like 10 of them just came to mind. But,
Give me your 10.
you know, no,
Yeah, let's say top 10.
I would say
Right.
like the top 3, top 5. Definitely Janelle Monáe would be one of the artists.
I know you was about to say
love
that for some
work
reason.
with.
That's crazy.
I
love
just
that.
I loved her early work. Like that was like during our Columbia days too. Like that was
Yeah.
oh man, good times. So definitely Janelle Monáe, Nas, Wayne for sure. Music Soul Child would definitely
Oh, wow.
be
Love
on
that.
the list. Who else we talking about? Man, you know, if he was here, Michael Jackson for sure. Like the GOAT,
Yeah.
you know. But let's just do the living.
Not let's just.
Let's just do it because it's not.
Yes, let's
that's not
declare,
going to happen.
let's
you know?
declare the ones that you have access to,
Right,
because we don't know
Janae
never know.
Aiko for sure.
Yes.
for sure.
Anybody else? It's so many.
Yeah.
Even Chloe Bailey right now. Like I feel like we could
Oh.
collab on some really good stuff. And really, I'm just trying to get in the rooms. You know, once
Right.
I start getting in these rooms, I feel like everything
It's
else
over
is
with.
kinda
I'm gonna say
falling.
that's the only battle that there is. You know how people say like that's half the battle. That's the only battle there is. Like when I look at you and the way that you do work and you've proven yourself, like when you say 16, 17 years, that's not just like practice.
Yeah,
It's like
dabbling.
we can
Like,
go
you
back
really
so
doing it.
far and
Yeah.
see, like literally see stuff, you know, from the different live events that you've done to the covers to your album and your EP. Like you have things, you've already done the work, you know, you've already done so much of the work. Of course, there's always more work to be done, but you already have done so much. So that's I would love that actually. I love that you said that you knew that Janelle Monáe was gonna,
Yeah, I don't know
but that
why.
was not even in my head. I actually. That makes me so curious. You know, it makes me. I just thought about this. You know, all the stuff with the AI stuff, the AI chat, whatever, and they have it where they can like mimic. Mimic doesn't even feel like the right word. It's literally their voice. Like they can take someone's voice and have them do something. I'm sorry, that's a tangent because I'm like that just made me think about that because I was like the evil breed. Yeah, I was like evil breed. I was like you can make or not even like really work with them because I don't think that's ethical. I don't think that's okay. But like you could mock something up and
this
like
could be us.
yeah, I was like this is like I'm saying
Right.
like you I feel like that would be a good use of that, not just like
To start making money off of it.
yeah, that would be so crazy.
That could be the time we're going into, and that's
I
what
know,
I'm so
but-
scared about.
But
That
that's
is
why we
scary.
need regulation.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that we need to, not to make this an AI conversation, but this has been something I've been like reading a lot about and like
Yeah.
really curious about. But like I said, I want to be more optimistic, but I believe that all things are tools. And just like with a hammer, you can build a house, you can also kill a person. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
it depends on whose hands the tools are in. And I
That's what it
definitely think
is.
that the regulation is needed because as an artist too, as a writer, like there are lots of things about it that I'm like, that is bizarre and scary. I mean, we should have known when they dropped that video of Megan Thee Stallion's Tiny Desk when it was Steve Harvey's face. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
No.
That was crazy.
Do y'all?
If you sat through
No.
that, that's crazy.
It's
No. Oh, it was a whole
Correct.
video.
It was the whole. It was well. I don't know if they
definitely
did
see
it for the entire Tiny Desk, but it was at least like half a song, and it's
definitely
his
did see
face, but there's nothing distorted about it. Like it's like he's rapping. Like it was like
They
it
did
was
with Michael B.
funny.
Jordan and them too.
Yeah, it's like it's
Oh,
scary.
wow.
It's scary how much they can. At first, it was deep fake. First, it was the deep fake stuff where they can literally put your face on anything and it looks real. It looks
Yeah.
completely real. But that's the type of stuff that makes me scared, and I hope that we get some regulation so at least people can be there. Our copyrighted, our intellectual property is protected. But yeah, anywho. Are you into AI stuff or do you think that there's any space for anything AI related when it comes to you as a musician?
I mean, I'm definitely watching it happen.
Yeah.
You know, this is all real time too. Like,
It's-
Yeah,
this
it is.
Yeah.
just funneling into our timelines, and we're like, like, okay, this is different. And
Yeah.
hearing them do the different interpretations of like the Kanye, like
It's
singing Ice Spice is like,
wild.
that's
It's
crazy.
wild, yeah.
That's
Oh, I didn't
crazy.
see that
I didn't see
either.
that either.
It's literally
They did a whole
crazy.
like Kendrick Lamar-esque song, but it was Kendrick Lamar's. It's like literally his voice.
The only issue that I think with it is that we don't know what's fact and what's not fact.
Exactly.
And there was a point in time where the internet was safe. You know, like you can go and do your research and you can get the facts.
yeah.
But
yeah.
now it's so many different
can
news
change up
sources, there's so many
anything.
different blogs, there's so many different everything that's unregulated,
Exactly.
and we can't tell, you know,
What's what?
what's real and what's not. Even, I mean, when they drop like, oh, these new allegations about so and so, they're not
Yeah.
guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
But now we can't remove that from our brains.
Right.
You know, that stain is on that name forever just
That's true.
because
That
they made a
sucks.
post.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing just with AI, with the internet in general.
Technology.
general,
Yeah.
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 It's unregulated.
You gotta know what's real. and
It's
what's
the Wild
not.
Wild West.
It is.
And that's the thing. It's like people are so creative. Even like people use their creativity in really, really interesting ways. Because like if you look at people who make these threads, sometimes I read these threads on Twitter where someone is like deep diving on like a celebrity, like where this story came from and why. And it's just like, you're really talented. It's like, it's interesting that you're using this for this,
Yeah.
you know? It's just like when you really look at it for you piece it apart and you're like, this is talent. Like
Right.
whoever was playing around with AI and discovered like, oh, I can literally take this person's voice and make them say whatever I want them to. That's what scares me, like the type of person who just so happens to have that talent and what they can do with it if they have like poor intentions.
Exactly.
Right.
Just as an artist, I mean, we're podcasters. Like literally, like this is on the level of like we put out clips all the time. Somebody could take our clip and make it look like I'm saying like
The wildest shit in the
something
world.
crazy, like
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the level that it's
And
on.
then we go
now.
viral, and then we gotta deal with that. And like,
Something like that. We gotta deal with that. Then,
Look,
like,
you would
This
love
was
it.
the
sounds like-
original plan.
it sounds like I don't want that to
happen.
Talk about please don't deep fake us. But no, it's
But that's the thing
it's
too. We definitely
interesting.
live in the world of like the possibilities of like the whole when it was all like all press is good press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even when it's bad,
right.
it's still everybody knows your
Everybody's
name.
like, yeah, I want it, but I want the attention, and it's like,
And there's always
Yeah, I
a
don't
group of
want
people in the
that.
world now, and you have a reach to those group of people. There's always a group of people in the world somewhere that have no problem with whatever the bad thing is supposedly that you did. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
to the internet, you can reach those people. So it's
Yeah,
like, if
truly.
it's 200,000 people that still fuck with me and all 200,000 gonna go buy whatever I put out the next
Yep,
day,
they are.
I'm still okay.
And not
I can
just
still
buy
pay
what
my
I put out,
bills.
but like
Like,
not just buy what I put out, but also muddle the conversation.
Yeah.
Because now there's nothing like objective. It's just like, no, well, you don't know. Like, just people
Yeah.
being like, we don't know. And it's like, well, you don't know either, bitch. Like, why are you
Exactly.
arguing
None of
with
us
me?
are. None of us.
it makes it
actually
hard
know.
to have an opinion.
It
Yeah.
does.
For people, you know, people like me and like my friends, you know, like we're so big on being like, well, I don't really know what's going on. Or
Right.
I don't really. So it makes
And it's
it
just like,
makes-
make a decision.
Yeah, it puts you in a space of almost not wanting to ever take a stand
Right.
on
Yeah.
a certain thing
I
because
don't
you're
even
like,
be
I
wanting to
really
talk
don't
about it.
know.
I'm like, I don't
like
even
I
wanna
have
bring
no
this
idea.
up.
Like I have no idea what's going on with these people.
Yeah.
Like y'all could be lying in my face right now. Like
Exactly. And that, yeah, that is difficult. But
And
what
wait,
a
wait,
world.
wait.
What
On
a
the same
world.
line, on the same line of
Tell
AI,
us. Tell us.
you
Talk
know,
about tell us.
metaverse is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
that's
I forgot
another-
all
They
about
doing
the
ads
metaverse.
and everything. Like it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I forgot
sure
all
is.
This
about
is
the
the new
metaverse.
thing, y'all.
what is that? What is
That
metaverse?
virtual-
Metaverse is the Facebook,
Facebook,
funded
yeah.
virtual world.
Oh,
They already have
'Cause
little
I was thinking
things.
about
Things.
Like the
Avengers and stuff.
multiverse. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
They
let's-
already had stuff. So there are some things about it where I'm like, that's dope. That's cool. Like if
Yeah.
all of us can go to a virtual concert,
I would love that.
that's fucking dope. They already have like little stuff
yeah,
like
they've
that.
been starting to do little
Yeah,
things like that.
that's cool. But there are other things that people want to do with it. And my whole thing is, you know, we can't control everybody. And I do believe in, I believe that all people should be free as long as your freedom doesn't impel mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do, as long as what you describe as being free is not harming anybody else. And I mean
Right.
in any way. Like,
Yeah.
people
Right.
be like, oh, that's not harmful. Like, words are harmful too.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know, in any way, then we should be able to do whatever we want to do. But the metaverse thing makes it tricky.
The
It's
only
tricky.
thing that's the most tricky for me, and it's really how it's being advertised already, and it's how they're going to incorporate it into schools.
Right.
You know, and it's
didn't
like
think
if I have
about
a
that.
kid right now, you know, in school, do I want their first life experience, you know, to be virtual reality?
Right.
You know, do I want them coming home and doing homework, you know,
Yeah.
on the VR? You
Yeah.
know,
Oh wow. I
what
didn't
am I
think about that.
conditioning them to, and what are the long term effects? We don't
Right.
know.
I don't
And
know
that's
why I was like, well,
That's
like, what age does that?
That's the
What
only
age does
thing,
it
though.
start?
I
Sounds
think that
kinda cool.
the only thing about it is that we are the test dummies, like our
Yeah.
generation, and like that's what makes it scary because we don't know. Like you just said, we don't know the long term effects. It's gonna be those commercials in fucking 30 years, like. Were you in the metaverse between 2000 and 2000? It's like you can
Come
be
on, you
entitled
get-
to
yeah, you
compensation.
get a check.
It's like you just never know what the fuck shit is. I don't know what shit is gonna be. That is true, and I
Oh,
forgot
that's
all about that.
terrifying.
And when it comes to education too, the stuff that I've been seeing, I see things that can be very clear pros, but I can also see things that can be very pure, like clear cons. Like
Yeah.
clearly, like
It's all about how you use it.
Yeah.
Because even
The
I can
tools.
think of the difference, and I've only been in education in 5 years, I want to say. But there's even a drastic difference from when I first started in the classroom
Yeah, it's happening
with how
fast.
much technology we use to now.
Yep.
You know, like when I first started, we were still playing songs on a little boombox, like for the kids, and like
Right.
at nothing. We would use the computer and stuff like that, but nothing heavy. Now,
it's dependent.
lesson
upon.
plans are revolved
Yeah.
around the computer. Like as you're writing up your lesson plan, in the lesson plan, it's like YouTube video of
Yeah.
this, and
yeah.
then you know, so it definitely
Wow, I
changes.
didn't think about that.
It's so interesting.
fast.
And I don't have any kids, but I've been hearing a lot about a lot of the different things that have shifted. And I think, and because I don't have kids, I'm not seeing it in real time. So I'm only thinking about myself as a child. So the gap, I'd be like, what? They don't do cursive? Like, I'd be like, what's going, like everything just seems so drastic. But I guess in real time, maybe it's not. The only thing that bothers me is the fact that like our school system is not, it's not. We don't have an expansive school system, and our school system isn't really for the individualized experience of children.
Yeah.
It's a pipeline.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just to
for
get
the
them to be
masses.
able to do work.
Right.
And right now, our industries are more technical. So it's like, get the kids in front of computers sooner so that they can,
know how to do
you
this
know,
shit.
because we had to learn how to write and stuff. And I think that's the thing, too. I think it's like the gaps are smaller because we had to learn how to write, and so did people hundreds and hundreds a year before us.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I'm only 31, and I had to learn how to write and do cursive, and now there are kids in my lifetime that don't have to do that no more. Like, that's what's,
Yeah.
like, boggling.
nuts.
It's
It's
crazy
nuts.
to me.
But also, I'm so technology illiterate, I can't do none of the stuff that
True.
they are learning.
True.
Like,
So
the
you're like
thing-
Barbara
yes,
from Abbott
like,
Elementary.
The things
Oh,
that they
sure.
do want them to
Yeah.
do are the things that you're saying, like, these jobs are looking for and do want you to be able to do. I can't do none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
I
can't.
There's also
I
that.
cannot do it like at all. So a part of it, when I look at like the kids today, be like, wow, you know, like I'd be
Yeah.
almost like I'm amazed by them, and I'd be like, you're really smart, because I cannot.
That's all they know.
Because
I was about to say,
can't
but
do
that's
it.
it. Exactly. I was about to
Yeah.
say, it's all
But
they know.
it's like a too smart for your own good, though. They know so much, and they have access to so much.
Yeah.
Before, like you said, but you can't even write in cursive.
You can't.
Like,
That's what I would be saying to the kids. Be like, shut your ass up. You don't even know how to write your name
I
in
love
cursive.
shut your ass up. I love
not,
Don't talk
Show
to
me your
anybody's kids
signature.
like that. Yeah, be like, all right.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Give me
Talk
a
about, yeah,
signature.
you hit the wall real good, but can you write your name?
It's about,
No, that's so funny. But no, that is crazy though. That every time I think about that stuff, and I can go on a tangent about it because I have been mind blown.
I mean, it's just truly a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Yep.
How is technology helping what you do? In what ways is technology benefiting you as a musician and as an artist?
I mean, I guess like if you're an engineer, you know, compared to the 60s and the 70s,
Word.
they only had like analog gear, you know, like that was, you wanted to go to that one studio where you know you could get the tape and all that. That's what
Yep.
the only option was.
Yeah.
And now
It's
I think
limited.
if you're at the crib with it, you know, if you're a producer, you're an engineer, you can go to YouTube real quick. How do you compress vocals perfectly? You know,
Yeah.
and bam, you're going to get 6 videos that's going to show you different ways. And now you have the sauce, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now you at the crib producing like industry level stuff just off the, you know, YouTube University. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
The times have really
student.
shown me how much I lack ambition and how much I really don't care to know things that I'm not genuinely interested in. Or not that I lack ambition, but it shows me that I have very particular interests and everything else. Because especially in the past few years, right? The pandemic hit, I had lost a job, and I was out of a job that I was with for so long. Then I started thinking like, well, maybe I could pivot into something completely different. And what would that look like? And I'm doing research on stuff, and I can literally, if I put my fucking mind to it, I could just sit there and learn literally I could have become a mechanic.
Yeah. I really could
I could have did anything, like for real, and that would have been dope. Could you fucking imagine, like, just
I would always need
just
your
have?
help.
I was about to say, just me having that skill, and I could just pull up on you and fix your fucking car.
Yes.
I would be rolling the dough right
Yes.
now.
Rolling it. 'cause
You know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
somebody
But
like that
even
in my
stuff
life.
like anything where I'm just like, and then online we're so bombarded with like, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, and import export and drop shipping and like all. So then it's like, okay, well, let me learn about it. But I started to notice like I don't give a fuck about any, and it really matters to me that what I'm spending my time doing is stuff that I care about.
Right.
And so at first, so I'm happy I corrected myself. It's not that I lack ambition. I don't think that any of us humans should. I don't like that we live in a society that encourages that you do things just for money, because people don't even do shit well because of it. Like, it's little things.
There we go.
There's small things like maintenance at my apartment. I think to myself all the time, like, what a world we would live in if people got to do what they wanted to do,
Yeah.
so that the maintenance guy at my apartment was genuinely gave a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like genuinely cared and like was learning when he was off because he just wanted to learn about it and just had these
I got all these
skills
solutions
and,
for
like,
you.
yeah. But like
Yeah.
but think of that for everything at the
Yeah.
grocery store, the person who's checking you out, like they're enthusiastic, like they give a fuck about it. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
we would live in a world like that, and to me, if it wasn't just about money and everybody is trying to survive. And unfortunately, too many of us don't have the luxury of doing things just because we want to do them,
Right.
you know? But I was like, wow, it's so many
deep.
things it's so many things that you can do. And I'm like, wow, there's very little things that I actually want to do.
Yep.
Because I was like, well, I guess I could sell my feet, even selling my feet
Yeah.
on pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
rolling in the
saying?
dough.
Like
at
the
the
girls be
business.
like, it's so easy. All you
Yeah.
gotta do is do
If
this,
I
this,
could
and
take
this.
pictures with like a Polaroid
Yeah.
or something,
You got an
and just
iPhone.
like, yeah, but then I don't want to do anything with my phone.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Got
I'm just
it.
so
Got
No
it.
technology.
like, yeah.
Got it.
No
got it.
That
technology.
stresses me out from jump.
Yeah.
Like if it was just like some random person and I was just like taking a picture with a Polaroid and then putting it in the mail.
That's too, but
and
even
mailing
that
it
is
off,
too many steps for me.
That would be
That's too many
She
But
steps.
wants
I
the
could wrap
steps.
my mind around that
Right.
easier and quicker than I could having
just
to be
literally
on
doing
my
your
phone
phone.
for something.
But if
You're
it was
not-
something,
Figure it out on my
but
phone.
what I'm saying though is that if it was something that you genuinely cared about, you would be more open to like, oh, let me figure out all the ways I can do this, or the ways that I can do this that work for me. When
Yeah.
the bitches was telling me it's easy, all you gotta do is get on this website, and I was like, I gotta get on a whole nother site.
Yeah.
I gotta
Site you
like,
were done.
I gotta
Another
sign. Like,
password.
I'm like,
Yep.
I
That's
don't
what I'm-
care enough about this. I'm trying to sell my draws.
hate making
and y'all telling me I gotta, and I did it. I tried.
You did try.
I tried, and then the men on there,
That was kind of fun.
the men were so particular. They were on there like, I can tell if you spray, you know, the
Yikes.
pussy part. Like they
Did
wanted
you ever
to.
send any?
No, I didn't even get to that. That's what I'm saying. I was like, this is too.
Like, never mind.
Yeah. I'm like, I wasn't gonna scam you, but because you came into it like, and don't you dare.
Because he's been through it already.
He's jaded.
He's tired.
jaded. He's sick
Yeah.
of playing with you bitches.
has
He has money.
expectations.
He wants to
Yes.
spend it, and you have to do it right.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
just wasn't the one for that. So, anywho,
Ooh, interesting.
you haven't bought anyone's underwear, no?
No.
Never?
Was my thing.
Not never.
I feel like that's like a
Like,
male
come
rite of
on,
Come
passage.
on. Yeah, like,
No, you're too young. Maybe that's like once you get in your 40s, 50s, you start venturing
Buying
into
candy.
that.
Into
Once you
other
got
things.
some money for real, that's
Oh,
when you
yeah.
So
gotta
just
be
splurge on
frivolous,
who's
like,
underwear shop.
That's
buy
a
some
frivolous
underwear right now.
expense.
Yeah,
That does.
exactly.
Not from the store.
Extracurricular.
Just from a bitch online, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's funny. Do you nope.
No. Okay, hard hitting
brains
question, guys, and everybody.
A hard hitting.
hard hitting question.
I feel
And
like we did noise
everyone-
for that
Hey,
too.
man.
Like
Everyone has to answer honestly. This makes me laugh because I don't know what platform asked this question. I just saw the headline, and the artist in question like got so pissed when he saw that they were asking this question to people.
Is it
was
Soulja
pissed.
Boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Don't do this.
if you have the option, if you were offered, was it like $5,000?
I think.
it was like $5,000 or $10,000. It wasn't. An
Oh,
absurd
I
amount.
thought. I didn't see it. I just heard somebody talking about it on the podcast, and they said that they were saying lunch with Soulja Boy or $250 in link like food stamps.
Yes, no, you're right. Oh, it gets more disrespectful.
I was saying that's
He was
You're
so
right.
mad. He was
You're
so
right.
mad. He
So
already be
if
mad.
you
Yeah,
if
he
you were
does.
given the
He
option
do.
of $250 in food stamps or lunch with Soulja Boy, what is your choice?
If you would have asked me this last month, I would have taken the food stamps. But right now, I'll go to lunch with
You
Soulja
still?
Boy.
Are you still taking them food? No, I'm just kidding.
No, just because it's not. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. I would just do it just for just for funsies. You know,
Yeah.
very public place. Not like, not like meet Soulja Boy in his hotel room. Not like
No
that.
thanks.
But
Room
like, yeah, we
service.
can. Go,
Right.
We can,
No.
especially if I don't have to pay for it. Yeah, that's what the deal, right? So like,
I
amount
don't
one.
know. I just know Soulja Boy was there. supposed to be
Yeah,
there.
I would go to lunch with Soulja Boy. I feel like it would, if nothing else, it would be entertaining.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go hang out with Soulja Boy for a minute.
Yeah, I
think it'll be fun.
He's the first rapper to do all this stuff. I'm
I
trying to
would
see
Yeah, he
rap.
was dancing.
how
I
he
would
did
rap
it,
all
you
of
know?
Outer Space Flow to him. I would let him know that I know his whole verse to that song.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah, I would.
We got some shower.
It would
roots,
really
you know what I'm
be,
saying? We
yeah,
can
it would be
talk,
like
right?
therapy. I would be there to like boost his ego and make him feel good, make him feel like, you know, he wants to feel. He wants to feel like a relevant artist
Exactly.
and like he wants respect. And I would do that for him for a couple hours.
And I'm just not hurting on groceries right now. either.
Yeah, that's all I'm about to
eating
say.
pretty well.
I'm cool.
you know?
I'm
That's
cool.
the thing. I'm trying to envision a time when I remember not wanting groceries.
You're like, even if I have them, it's always
yeah, like
room for
I'm
more.
just not. Literally.
Yeah.
Like there's
Bad,
never
You have a
grocery
child
shop
though.
and grocery shopping is
that's
so
different.
expensive.
Yeah, it is
It's like there's
expensive.
never
But Tati,
time.
come on, you can make this a business.
Soldier
thing.
Boy,
Here's the
though, it's a
thing.
once in a lifetime opportunity to kick it with Soldier.
Soldier Boy.
I'm making content with his ass.
Intimately,
Here's the thing.
And then we
yeah.
going up. Like, you know
Oh.
what I'm saying? Like, make
And
it a business
strategic.
thing.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I think I would go to
Exactly.
the lunch, but if they were to add a couple more hundred on the food stamps offer, then I might go with.
So
the
if it
food
went from
stamp.
250 to 450, you would be like, nah, I gotta go with
No,
that.
a little more.
Yeah.
A little more.
She said triple it. And then we can
triple
talk.
it.
Do some
Maybe
about
if it
like,
was like
nah.
650.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah,
to
you said no.
Well, yeah, that's
Right, you're like, well, no, that's a
600
hard choice.
650.
Yeah,
That's
like, it was
life-altering right there.
$650 on my
Lobsters and
link
steak.
card, like being deposited at this very second,
Like right now.
Slides,
or I
really
have to like just go to lunch. I don't know.
It's not just lunch. It's a business meeting.
Now we
You sound like the people who was like, no, but those people were talking crazy. It's like $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z, and people
Oh,
were like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta go to dinner with Jay-Z. Like, you think Jay-Z is gonna give you $500,000 worth of information?
Yeah,
He's not.
In an hour.
He's
Yes,
not.
exactly. During
But once
lunchtime.
again, but that's
mentor
another.
me.
But that's a
Right.
part of like, and you when you were saying like you realize that you don't have a lot of like. Did you say ambition?
I don't. Yeah, I
What
do.
did you? Like,
I was like, yeah, I don't.
that
I
goes
don't.
with that because I'm not the person I feel that can even trust myself
To get out
the
of it what I
information
need.
and then flip it. Like I can't trust myself to be like, no, fuck that. I'm going to dinner with Jay-Z and be like, man, he was giving me all these jewels, all this knowledge. And now I
Exactly.
come out of it and just like start this like
That's so
multi-million-dollar
true.
business. Absolutely not.
That's not what's
Tati,
happening.
yes, you
I would
can.
FaceTime y'all while I'm there, take pictures, eat good,
Yeah.
and just have a story to tell.
And just be
I
happy
would
to be in his
probably-
presence.
Right, and
Just be
ask
like,
for
wow.
Beyonce tickets. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
probably-
try to do
I
that.
probably would not do anything
Like
other
in-
than
Nothing of
other
note.
than take
Can you
pictures.
get endless
so I
Beyonce
have to take
tickets,
the money.
please?
I have to take the
Right.
money.
Yeah,
every
give me
time.
$500,000
Yeah.
because that's so stupid.
That's
When
a
niggas
big
would be
allowance.
like, y'all
Like,
crazy.
now, if you're talking about $500,000 or get hired by Jay-Z to
Yeah.
like do something that I can actually monetarily see, you know, the benefit of.
That's
like,
true. Yeah, that's different.
different. Like be his personal assistant or like something. I'll roll the dice. On
Hell
that.
yeah. Hell yeah.
but just
dinner?
I don't trust myself.
And
one
who
bit.
knows if he
Now,
shows
someone
up
like
on
you,
time?
He's gonna show
You
up.
can make that dinner
But, like,
work.
I can
You
flip
can make
that, right?
you
Yeah,
can make that
that's
dinner
true.
No, that's
work for
absolutely
you.
exactly.
That's so true.
Like,
You gotta
yes.
know yourself. The
You
moral
got
of this
that.
is you have to know who you are when you're having like
Michael
you
has
niggas.
that too. He
Yeah.
could make that dinner.
I think so
Okay.
too.
like work for
Thanks.
him.
I think,
Okay.
but me and you, we gonna be in there. Like, I'm gonna be like, so what would you suggest, Gazy? What's your favorite things at this
We're
particular
gonna be
restaurant?
excited about eating.
I'm gonna be happy to eat.
so excited to be in the restaurant
I
and
was
just
waiting on
eating.
that.
Just excited to be in his space. And
Yeah.
thanks for your time.
I would be so happy. Yeah, I'd be
I
like,
don't
wow.
want to hear thanks for your time. You
Wow.
can say thanks for your time, but what can we do
sorry.
after this?
Yeah, I'm
I wouldn't
sorry.
even
Now
ask
we're just
that.
Rambling.
That's another thing. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
a-
wouldn't even think.
I wouldn't even
ask
think-
Jay Z what to do
Right.
after.
I wouldn't
I
think
mean,
to even
you
be like,
would.
how can we
Yeah.
connect beyond this moment? I'm like, no. He's done his part.
He's done more than enough.
Right.
I'd be
Don't push
satisfied.
it. Don't push it.
Even if they told me like, okay, you got an hour, you arrive at 6, he is only gonna be there till 7, and he didn't show up till 6:45, I would still be like, well, you know,
Yeah.
cool. This was
You
good.
No,
better.
if I
That's
chose
wild.
the
This was
dinner,
good.
If I turned down the $500,000,
No, not turning down $500,000.
I'm
I mean,
like,
just
no,
in
you
general.
would show up.
Just in
I
general.
need my
wish he
45
would
minutes.
be.
No, I
Yeah.
would just
I'm
say
reclaiming
like
my
I'd be like,
time.
so I'm leaving
the
with
smallest
you.
amount
I'd
was
be like, I got
yeah.
45 more minutes.
I got 45 more minutes.
Absolutely.
We finna get in the car. Anyway, sorry about that.
Wow, here we go.
It's just endless tangents here.
I love it.
Yeah, we vibing.
So tell us, it's so funny because we just called 222 on the clock. I fucked it up because I was waiting on it. I saw when it was 12:05 and I was like, oh, he's probably gonna be here when it says 222. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, like even right now, right? Like I wasn't even looking for it. I really
Exactly.
didn't even peep the clock right there until I just saw the
That's what it be.
2-2. I'm like,
That's
oh snap,
amazing.
oh snap. And we was having a whole moment. And
Yeah.
I look at the 222 thing as, you know, alignment. That's the angel number. That's what it
Yes.
means. And alignment in, you know, where I'm at in the moment. Like I'm here with y'all. You know, like this was this was already predestined. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the fact that we here means that I've done everything that I was supposed to do to get to this point. You know,
Oh, wow.
and the people that I'm here with are special to me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word.
Like this is a moment for me. Like I'll never forget this. And,
Yeah.
yeah, that's,
love
I
that.
love that.
Me
I
too.
love when artists like have a thing. You know,
Yeah.
like you know how people like this little like mysterious like not even mysterious, but like oh like something that's out loud. Like we know that this is your thing. Like you align yourself with this thing, and it's something for your. I don't like the word fans. Your supporters can like always look to and like feel this connection to you
Oh,
with. Because I feel like
yes.
people do that with Beyonce and Four,
Yeah.
or like
Yep.
I desperately didn't want to bring up Beyonce.
Sorry,
Chance
we
and
have to.
3.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that's not a number though. But you know, like just something, just something. I think an obscure one, but that heart symbol like Janet Jackson has
Oh, yeah.
on her back, like the Velvet Rope era. Like I think that those feelings of like as a support of someone, like oh, if you know, you know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think that's always really cute. So I love
Right.
that you have that.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely something that was not, intentional.
Yeah.
It was just something that I kind of had to accept,
Word.
and very early. Like this
I was
was
about to say, it's
in
been a
high
long time.
school. Like
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
still
wow.
a thing, and I remember the moment it happened. And I tell this story all the time. Sorry for my viewers who have heard this
Please.
story 1,000 times. But no, I was just in high school. I was in like the drill hall. And I remember looking at the calendar, and I saw the 222 on the calendar, just a number, and I was raving on. I'm like, y'all, there's a 222. They irritated with me by this point. They're like, all right, Ryan, we get it, but it was really that serious. Like,
Yeah.
y'all, it keeps popping up, and I can't explain it. Like,
Yes.
no one else is seeing it. Really, only I was seeing it.
Yeah.
Right,
But I'm
right.
pointing it out to be like, look, see, I can't make this up.
Right, right.
And so when I saw the 222 on there, I'm like, okay, why is this on the calendar? And when I really looked at it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the day of the year. Like they count the days of the year in August.
okay.
And then when I looked at the date, it was August 10th. That's my birthday.
Oh wow.
And I was like, yo.
Alignment is
Yo,
crazy.
that's not no accident. That's
Right.
crazy. I'm like, wow.
I love that.
So I just been locked in ever since.
Oh, that's awesome. I never knew that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, it's 222 till the world blow up. So
Absolutely.
I used to hate when
Somebody
niggas say
strong for
that. Till
Yeah.
the world blow.
Till the world blow.
That's so
I
funny.
love it.
you know.
I love it too. I say hate
Mad at her
as
now.
I say hate as a term of endearment.
Yes.
Like I
exactly.
hate when niggas do that.
All right. No, I understand it.
Like it's coming from a place. It's coming from my heart, Taunching. Anyway, you any questions, Mickey, before we wrap up?
I'm just loving the moment here.
Me
I think
too.
Everybody's vibing great.
I almost don't
So
want it to
happy.
end,
Fingers
but I know
crossed.
that we
Alright,
can't
Cam.
have long episodes anymore because we play too much.
Chill out.
Not
It's
dang.
We got on punishment.
no,
That's what that sounds
like,
Like, oh, I
I
know
can't
we-
keep splitting these
know we can't
episodes.
talk.
I know we
all
can't
day.
always do that. Anything that you want to leave the people with, Ari? I'm so excited. I know that we're all going to be looking out for what happens next.
Yeah,
and
what's
what
happening this
drops. Yeah,
summer?
anything that we should look out for.
This summer, buddy.
The summer is up.
Yes.
All right.
We didn't even talk about
We
that.
didn't.
You
We
have had an
can.
amazing fitness journey.
We can't
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah.
we
We
can.
can on fitness, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on?
He's like,
where are you at?
do it.
Tell me.
Good talk. Good talk.
Good talk. Like where do you have a goal? Your
new
body
goal?
has changed a lot.
So yeah, like maybe in about July, that's when I was like, dang, none of my
last year.
pants fitting. Yeah, last year, none of my pants was fitting, none of my shirts.
I
You know, I
get
was
it.
my medium. My smugs was been like medium. You know?
Yeah.
It was not P. So I had to, get like back into the routine truly, because I've always been into
Yeah.
my fitness and going
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
gym. But the pandemic really kind of, threw
Fucked
everything
us all
off.
up.
Yeah, it
and
messed us all up mentally.
even during the pandemic, I was still running outside and all of that stuff, but
Yeah.
that was just not good on my knees. So I had to like
Word.
chill.
Lift.
Yeah.
And once my body got back like to a good enough shape where I could start working out again, I just committed to 90 days. And each day I just focused on like, one day is chest, another day is legs, another day is arms, back,
Right.
shoulders.
Right.
And then I
That's
try
a
to
lot
do
of
5
body
days a week, like
Yeah.
that was my goal. In the beginning, I cried, I was like, this ain't it. I can't.
Yeah.
Even just trying to go,
Staying
like,
committed is serious.
oh my
Yeah.
God, that's the hardest part.
That's the hardest
Yeah.
part.
I remember just being in a parking lot, like, do you really want to go and do
When
this?
I, when
That's the
I,
way you pull up to work.
Yeah.
When I get to work, I sit in the car like, Like,
I'm
I'm
park,
back
I
here
jump out the
again.
car.
Get this check.
Got to.
But yeah, I mean, I committed to the 90 days. It took about 6 months just to go the actual like. Each day was like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
yeah, I lost about 31 pounds, 32 pounds, something like that.
Congratulations.
And even people were like noticing too, which made me like happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was like y'all didn't tell me when I was fat. though, did y'all? Y'all was just looking at me like,
We'll be like, oh shit.
No.
happy weight, right?
Right. Not really.
I love that though. That's really cool. I think that everything is just a culmination of just continued growth and alignment, like you said, and just being on the path that is your most you. So I love to see that for you. That makes me excited. And we're all excited to see what comes out of it. We're excited to see all the work. I want to hear every last one of these 500 beats
Me too.
personally. I gotta I'm actually sitting on a couple of your beats still.
You are. We did do some. Yeah.
So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I'm talking about
She has things to do.
I know, and that is something that I feel like I'm in a space, and I don't know if this is just a grown up thing where it's like everything feels like it nothing. I don't feel like I could do a bunch of stuff at once anymore. Like it's like like this month I set an intention, like okay, this is my intention for this month, and I feel like every month is gonna be like that. Like okay, now I can
Right.
do this, and
Right.
and like build off of things slowly.
Yeah.
Whereas, because I think I used to just be like, okay, we're going hard. We're meditating every day, and we're gonna read every day, and we're gonna work out, and we're gonna like all of these things. Like we're gonna make songs, we're gonna write. I was just like, girl,
where's the
I don't know.
balance?
My 31-year-old brain did not work like that no more, and I
Yeah.
would burn out.
Yeah.
I would crash, and then
That's
it's
all
like
that is.
months would go by, and somebody was like, "Oh, I thought you were working on a song." Like I was, but it
Like that. I think that was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like 9 to 11:30.
like I did it.
Like-
But yeah, so I think I'm now just in a space where I'm like trying to build off of each thing, and of course, like more than anything, not more than anything, but a big part of it right now is like financial goals and stuff like that. So I'm like
Big
trying to
part.
just create like a healthy, steady building upon thing. But that's been in the back of my head, like I got beats to go back to.
Let's drop out an EP. Like
Yeah.
that's.
I would love
the goal.
that.
I love stuff like that. Like when Renaissance came out, not Beyonce.
It's all right. Just
Stop
It's all right.
let it
permeating our
flow.
lives.
Let it
She's
But
flow.
like one of my favorite things around that time was seeing producers and stuff just talking about the process. And one of the things that The Dream was talking about, I can't remember which song. It might have been Alien Superstar. I don't remember
Okay.
which one. But he said one of the songs, like, originally he sent the original demo for it like 8 years ago. Like years, and I'd be like, I love that. Like,
Yeah,
and like when I look in my files and like the songs that I've recorded little demos to your beats, and like even stuff that Fonz, shout out to Fonz, did. It gave me some beats, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna be doing that same thing, like
And
talking
you
to
just
somebody, and be
got
like,
it up.
yeah, actually they gave me that beat back in like 2020, like just so long ago. But that gives
I
me
love
hope
that
though.
too.
It lets me,
Yeah.
and that's what I love
Yeah, you
about
can do
music.
whatever
Music
you
is it's evergreen. Like there's nothing stagnant about music. It's not like, oh, you missed your beat. It's like it can grow with us. It can evolve with us, and I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to it.
too.
Please tell the people where they can find you if they don't know.
Oh yeah, R-A. No. Let's start with the website.
Period.
Okay. Yeah, there we
That's
go.
really
Because
where
if all this
everything
shit
is.
goes to shit, y'all,
Yeah,
We got the
Period.
sites.
it's already right. Because if it do go, then what am I gonna do?
Right.
They want me to pay for it. Okay. Anyway,
Child, exactly.
it's ra222.com. That's ITSRA222.com. Has all the music videos. Got another music video coming out very soon.
Hey.
Went out to LA to shoot that one, so
Period.
really excited for that.
Love that.
And if you want to follow, just look up Ryan.Alexander222 on all socials. It's all the same. So yeah.
Love
Perfect.
that. We make sure that you do that. If you are on YouTube and you've been watching this whole time, please comment below a 222 right now if you see this. And if you're listening to this, please continue to rate us and review us. It's very important for our visibility, and we appreciate you for doing so. Other than that, please continue to do everything else that you've always done. Follow us where we can be followed. That's at Away with Words, the podcast, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. You can follow me there at Bree.stories and at Bree_stories on TwitTwat. And you can follow at A Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on TwitTwat. And you know by now, I hope, You should be following at MJM Kid and at moments_stu because you just should.
Yes, you
and as
should.
always, at Please Be Easy because please be easy. We love you so much. And we'll talk to y'all next week, maybe. Yes, we'll talk to y'all next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye.